Hello, welcome to the Squirrel Tale. In this video, I'm going to be discussing Pearl Harbor. Today marks the 81st anniversary of this event. For those of you who don't know, Pearl Harbor is when the Japanese attacked the naval base at Pearl Harbor. They sank 3 ships and they killed 2,400 around U.S. personnel. And it's the event that brought us into World War II. Now this event, being that it brought us into the Second World War, is very significant to us and was what they say is the day they'll live in infamy. Now World War II, even though it was, 80-some years ago, still has a lot of effects to the modern political landscape. The conflict in Ukraine, some of that can be linked back to issues that started in World War II. It truthfully changed all of the nations around us in many ways. I mean, even on the home, it took us from being mainly an agriculture-centered nation to, truthfully, the industrial superpower we are now, today. So, the effects of this event cannot be understated. That being said, I do think it's very important we continue to study it so it is never forgotten. According to an article I read, there is now they estimate to be less than 1,500 survivors of Pearl Harbor left. If you do the math, if you're 18 in 1941, that would make you 99 years old. So, they are getting up there. And of the 16 million Americans who served in World War II, they say that as of 2021, so this was a year ago, only 2,400 are still alive, and I'm sure that number has shrunk a fair amount in the past year. So I think it is very important so this event and the effect it had on our nation is not forgotten. That first, if you know someone who is a World War II vet, or even someone who was just alive during that time period, because even just people who are around, they're getting up there in age, or are up there in age, make sure you talk, make sure you get their story, and I don't think it would be a bad idea to write it down. And, I was privileged to have talked to one World War II vet who told me a little bit about him being in a B-17. He went to our church, and, it was a neat thing to hear him tell that story. But it is something that people much younger than me, it's very unlikely that they'll have actually been able to talk to someone who is involved in that conflict. So, to not forget it, it's important that we read, we watch the documentaries. That way these events and the significance of what that generation did does not get forgotten. Because they are, they've been described as the greatest generation. If you read what they did, they truthfully did some amazing things. So that's just a few thoughts I had on this day. I hope you are having a good day, and I hope you take a time to think about the events that happened 81 years ago. And God bless and have a good day.